0, 1. Let's get started.
And a very good morning to you all, and welcome to another episode of the Black and White United Show. I'm your host, Andreas. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to you all, 345 subscribers at the moment, which is grouse. Can't thank you guys enough. I noticed that a lot of the people who watch these videos aren't subscribers. I checked on the thing. You can see down here the percentage or whatever. So if you haven't already, please feel free, like and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, it's much appreciated. What are we going to expect today? So the weekend's come and gone. We've had time for the dust to settle on everything that happened, especially towards the end of last week. There's been more news that's come out overnight, which I'm sure you've all heard about, which we'll briefly touch on. But it's going to be a big day. I'll probably do another video tonight, just to recap on what has been said. But so far, I expect today nothing really to happen in regards to the Dan Houston trade. I would expect, could be wrong, but I would expect that we're going to hear stuff from journos saying that Collingwood's now getting squeezed out from the Gold Coast side of things. They're getting squeezed out from the Port Adelaide side of things. They'll keep on harping on about the whole, the deals for Richards and Noble will just be done independently. Houston's going to stay. They're going to have talks about North Melbourne coming in. And to be honest, there's probably a lot of fear-mongering they're doing. The radio stations, like the trade radio show on the AFL website, their ratings the last week and stuff will be through the roof, right? So they want this to go as long as possible. And I reckon that it is going to go. I reckon we're not going to hear anything about the Houston trade till 6:30 on Wednesday afternoon. If we hear anything before, for me, it would be a surprise. I would expect the unexpected, but if it does happen, I would be very surprised if it happens today, tomorrow. I think this is going all the way down. I think the Pies are gonna try and do everything they possibly can to get him. I would be extremely surprised though if we did back out straight away and say, "No, fuck yes, we're out. You guys do whatever, and we'll just do these deals independently." I think if that happens, that would happen till Wednesday. So we have to see how that pans out. But I'm still confident. I'm still think that we're in the box seat for this, and that the fact that we've got the players that they want, and I've said this in almost all my videos, they want what we've got, we want that, it'll happen. As soon as one link in the triangle cracks, someone blinks, the deals are just going to happen. Okay, so I wouldn't worry about Carlton now. I've had time to process what they've done. They are going all in for the draft, same as Essendon. The whole Melbourne thing, I think, is just them lingering in the background like North Melbourne. But at the same time, really, look at the schmozzle of their football club, right? Would a player of Dan Houston's quality want to go there, right? And even if they did come and hijack our deal, I don't even think they'd go for him. I think they just want to try and get a better positioning in the draft. So if they did lose Oliver to Geelong or whatever it is, they've got something already there. So that's that. But their football club's fucked, so don't even worry about it. So we've had some talks and stuff, and some reports have come out, which you all probably know about David Robertson, midfielder from Brisbane. You can remember he kicked that goal that Howe tried to smother in the grand final. That was in the third quarter, I believe it was. So yeah, look, I think would be a great addition to the football club, to our midfield, as an experienced midfielder who's in that 25 to 30 sort of age bracket. So he's 23 years of age, so he's probably in that perfect category for us to inject into our team. So look, if that deal did go through, he's a good player. Like he's not shit. Let's be real. He's pretty decent. So for him to come into the side would be a great addition. Who would you prefer, Houston or Robinson? You prefer Dan Houston first. He makes us instantly better, as does Robinson, but he makes us better by country miles. So if the deal doesn't go through there, that'll be great. Can you imagine though if the Houston deal didn't go through and we were able to get Harry Perriman, Dev Robinson, potentially a pick 13 in the draft or another pick in the 20s, right? Forget 13, we get pick in the 20s. I mean, we've walked out in a pretty strong position regardless if we get Houston or not. So I reckon the club's sort of setting themselves up, say, hey, we're in a win-win here. Obviously, this win is better than this win, but this win is still better than where we are. So I think that's something the club is really trying to focus on. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, the other reports that have come out, well, we haven't heard anything before I get to that. We haven't heard anything about Jack Hayes just yet. We haven't heard anything about Ollie Lord just yet. I think the Lord stuff won't happen. And if it does, that'll be a very late thing that'll happen. But I think that's all he say, she say stuff at the moment. The article that I found hilarious, which obviously everyone knows has come out, people have already spoken about it, but it came out yesterday evening that North Melbourne wanted to open conversations with Brayden Maynard. Now, as a Collingwood supporter, I can tell you now, if there's one player that you probably have absolutely no chance of poaching or whatever, it's Brayden Maynard, especially while he's under contract. But then it got me thinking, and this is not fear-mongering or anything like that, but he's a spiritual leader of the football club, like as a whole. Not just the team, not just the 23 that take the field, but just with the supporters, you know, just with the whole vibe that our club like produces out in the media and just our aura of the club. He is like a focal point. I would be extremely shocked if he went anywhere. Like, I'd expect clubs to try and poach the Dacosses. I would expect the clubs to try and, you know, lure Scott Pendlebury for his last season somewhere else, you know, then to get into a coaching role. Like, that stuff you'd expect. But I could never see Maynard going somewhere else, and I really hope the club hurries up and opens conversations with him now that this has come to light, and be like, hey, let's get your contract stuff sorted out, which I would expect that'll be done early, mid into next season. I wouldn't be surprised if they're already talking about getting it sorted out now, or as soon as trade period's over, they'll worry about it, because he is contracted for next year. But, I mean, fair play to North. Everyone's like laughing at North Melbourne, saying, yeah, but fair play to North though. Like, you've gone to a rival club, well, we're fucking everybody's rival, and you've, you know, tried to open up conversations with the spiritual leader of the club, who they probably think he can show shin bone of spirit and all that type of bullshit, which makes me sick. But, like, at the end of the day, you're not going to hold it against a participant club for trying to better themselves, right? And regardless, if every club's allowed to open up conversations with other players and whatnot, and to be honest with you, I've got no issue with them trying to do that, because, you know, I'm sure we're doing that to other players for other clubs. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, let's get ready for a big 3 days of the trade period. As I said at the start of the video, I don't expect anything to be done today. I expect the media to be doing a shitload of fear-mongering. There'll be other deals done with other clubs or trade picks, whatever. But I think the Houston, Noble, Lukosius, Richards big trade, that is going to be the one that lets all the other trades happen. Who blinks first, I don't know. I think we do eventually. But I wouldn't expect this done, as I said, until the Wednesday. So let's just get ready. I'll probably do another video tonight and just sort of recap what's going on. I know Pies Footy's going live tonight as well, so make sure you jump on his video. It's gonna be full on the next couple of days. If the media says that we're not going to get him, and then don't panic. The club knows what they're doing. You know, this is probably the one trade period that everyone's most invested in, because we know what we need. We know we've just got to add this little bit into our side. But, you know, the club knows what's best for the club. So let's just play it out and see what happens. And we'll reconvene tonight. Have a wonderful day. Leave a comment, call it as you see it, and as always, go the Pies.